Let's work through the Square Disarray guide. We'll start by going to the Guides tab and then hitting Square Disarray. We'll reset the text editor so we can follow along with the guide. So this is the artwork that we're going to make, and we can start by just copying and pasting the starter code. Great. Now let's see what the first step is that we're aiming for. We just want to draw a square. Okay. Square is also a rectangle. Conveniently provided this draw rectangle function. So now I just need to figure out how to actually use this. Let's see. If we go in here, and we'll give that some size. Okay, that's not coming up because we have to add it to final lines. So we're going to use the join command, which is part of the toolkit, which is under the alias bt, and we'll join rectangle 1 to final lines. Nice. If we drag this, we can see that it changes. All right, what's our next target? We want to make a grid of these. Okay, so what we can do is a for loop. And in each iteration, we're going to make a rectangle, and we'll add that to our final lines. And you can see this got darker because we just drew a bunch of rectangles on top of each other, which is what this is demonstrating here. So the next step is to get them to space out a little bit. So if for each one of these we move it, we'll use the translate function. We're going to translate our rectangle, and this will take another xy pair of values. And let's translate it by 10. Well, it's still in the center. It's getting centered because down here, this centers our complete drawing in the page. So what we need to do is multiply by the iterator value. And then if I increase this, we increase the space. We can make our rectangle a little bit smaller and have a few less. Okay, so that looks similar to that. We want it to be perfect, so we're going to want to set our rectangle width to a variable. Rect width equals, let's say 10. And then here, we'll use the rect width. Cool. And we'll make this a square by using the width for the height as well. Okay, now we want to do this again to make a 2D grid. So we'll add another loop nested in the first one, and then we'll also translate here by j. Nice. We can increase this to get more. Okay, now we want to add a little bit of randomness while we move it. So we can increase that by multiplying by some number. Let's try 5. Okay. Let's have it just be affected by the X to match what we're aiming for. Okay, let's add some rotation too. So we're going to rotate, let's just start with rotating by I. Okay, and we'll multiply that by some. That's actually quite interesting, but it doesn't have the randomness. I think it would be nice if each new one covered the old one. So what we're going to do is every time we add a new rectangle, we're going to take the final set and we're going to first cover it up with the new one. So now we get kind of this stacking effect. Play around with it and make the piece your own. Have fun!